hats. Okay, guys. I'm here to give you my TNA review. Um, this is for April 25th, 2013. And you have Taz, Todd Kennelly, and Mike Tenay on commentary. Now, as for this TNA, it was it didn't really have the guys that I liked on there, but it wasn't, and there was barely any matches on it. So I'm just gonna say that it wasn't really that great of a show. I did like the Hulk Hogan Bully Ray stuff, and I did like the tag team title match. I didn't mind the knockouts match was kind of and the um match between Taylor and Terrell was okay. So I'll just get right to it. It tells you what happened last week with with the whole aces and eights taking out the entire roster kind of thing, and that's about it. So then aces and eights are backstage, and the security's trying to stop him from getting in. But he says, no one's been able to stop us, so I'll give you the count of three to let us in, or we will lay you out. And then he said, or asshole here will lay you out. So then they just let him in. So I don't know what the point of that was, but it was kind of funny. Um, then James Storm comes out to cut a promo. Um, he talks about how him and AJ Styles had a good match last week, and that submission hold he put on him hurt like hell. But he still wants to fight the Aces and Eights, and if only some of AJ Styles, by the way, is up in the crowd watching him talk about this. And they talk how all of them could come out. He'll lay out two of them. The Bad Influence, Christopher Daniels and Kazarian come out. Um, and they say that the only way that they can take out the aces and eights is, I think it was this. So was it? I forget what the pose was because I was still kind of getting into TNA. Is fortune. So they want to put. So they're gonna reassemble fortune. It's gonna be So they're gonna want bad influence. Christopher Daniels and Kazarian in it. James Storm and Kazarian says, "Hey AJ Styles, get out of the crowd with all these fault walkers." He calls them like fault walkers or something, and become part of Fortune. And then James Storm doesn't want to be in it, so then he said that he was looking for a fight. So then he attacks Bad Influence, but the numbers game's too much, and they hand his knee up to the ropes and they low blow him. I'm glad they made him look Bad Influence. Christopher Daniels and Kazarian look strong. So then they leave. Then Aces and Eights come out. They bring in a table and they go to powerbomb James Storm through it, but Joseph Park comes out and fights off the. He actually does it, fights off the aces and eights, but then the numbers game's too much, so they go to powerbomb through it. But Bully Ray tells him no, and then Devon and Bully Ray have the return of the 3D through the table, and I thought that was a nice touch right there. And then Aces and Eights, it goes to commercial, then Aces and Eights cut their promo. And they talk about how all the heroes are just victims. They say, do you know who we are, Aces and Eights? And he says that when Hulk Hogan comes out, he will be destroyed. He will just be another victim. What do we have here? It shows Mickey James' video package for the title match, for the Knockouts Championship match. We get Taylor and Terrell versus Taylor, and during this, it shows a TNA Shop.com ad, and Hulk Hogan gets interviewed doing it, but he doesn't really say it, because I guess he left the bill. He was there 45 minutes before the show started, then he left, so Hulk Hogan just said, don't worry about it. But the match between Taylor and Terrell wasn't a bad match. Taylor kind of dominates the whole match. He does a Scorpio Deathlock, and Taylor and Terrell goes for a high cross body but misses, and Taylor does like a sidewalk slam. Then she gets too cocky, and Taylor and Terrell rolls her up for the victory. So I don't think this is going to be a feud. The match wasn't that bad though. It was a decent match. But the reason I think they had two knockout matches is because pretty much all the superstars were taken out by Aces and Eights, so that's kind of a problem. Robbie E's backstage, and I guess he's like, no, I'm not gonna tweet that it's your birthday. I don't care. I'm not gonna tweet you. I don't care. No, I'm not gonna tweet that it's your birthday, little girl. Then Jesse comes in and he kind of hypes him up for his match with Rob Terry. Um, how he's a better dude than him, and he kind of brings out how he's muscular and has better pecs. And he says that if you beat him tonight, you will be a better bro. Then we get Rob Terry versus Jesse Goddard with Robbie E. Um, I didn't really pay attention. I just kind of texted my friend Steve. Yeah, we talked about SmackDown tonight about Undertaker and Dean Ambrose and whose better video be next, which will now I asked his brother Justin to name the next one, and it's gonna be Randy Orton and Sheamus. So prepare for that. The match though was a squash. I remember at one point though, Rob Terry goes to pin him, and Robbie E puts Jesse's foot on the rope, and then Jesse gets Rob Terry throws Jesse into Robbie E and hits his finisher, hits that like one-handed spine buster move on Robbie Rob T- on Jesse for the win. So Rob Terry gets the victory. I don't know if they're gonna go back to this Robbie E Rob Terry feud. No point of doing that, so don't do that. I guess they're gonna start Rob Terry off by like a big monster and have a bunch of matches with these no game guys that maybe work him up. I don't really think he should be a superstar because you know why? Because he doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve it. He's like Mason Ryan of WWE. All he is the muscle. That's all Rob Terry is. He's just the muscle in Impact Wrestling or TNA, if you call it. So no, Rob Terry should not become any champion. He should just be released. Velvet Sky's backstage training for the Knockouts Championship match. Bad Influence, Christopher Daniels and Kazarian and Bobby Roode are backstage. They try to recruit him to be part of Fortune, saying that they were like a dominant team. And he says that they don't want Storm in it because he's too weak. I think they call him like Jim Knockers or something throughout the show. And they say that they can be dominant again, and they're gonna be. I guess they're gonna recruit him and AJ Styles. Bobby Roode says, "What about Austin?" He's like, "Oh, we don't need Austin. You'll just be part of us. Austin's a great wrestler, but we want just you and AJ." So then he has them think about it, and we see Austin Aries listening backstage. Um, it shows the most Full Metal Mayhem match between Jeff Hardy and Bully Ray last week again, and Chris Sabin video package. He's gonna be returning next week. Um, I remember he got injured. It was Austin Aries defending his X Division championship against Sema Ion and Chris Sabin, and I remember he like did a high flying move and he ended up getting his knee injured, so he was taken out of the match. That was like the third time I ever watched Impact West TNA. So I kind of look. I can't really say I'm looking forward to seeing him because I never really got to know who he was. So we'll see who he is, I guess. I don't really know who he is though. Then we get Hernandez and Chavo Guerrero defending the World Tag Team Championships against which I forgot to write down. But anyways, against Austin Aries and Bobby Roode, with Bad Influence, Christopher Daniels and Kazarian on commentary. During this, it shows Bobby Roode and Austin Aries backstage. He's kind of pissed off that him and Bobby Roode might go with Fortune, and Austin Aries says that we're not friends. We're just dominant tag team of world champions. But then he actually brings up a fact: if Fortune was so strong, why did it just randomly disappear? So that was kind of a good point. I actually was kind of wondering the same thing myself. But the match itself, though, decent match. Kind of the same as all the other matches. Bad Influence. I kind of say how Austin Aries is just doesn't want to team up with Bobby Roode. He's just in it for himself. Then they try to help Roode win but Wood accidentally knocks Aries off the ropes, and then Hernandez goes to finish him off, but they do. Chris Kazarian gets on the rope, and Christopher Daniels goes I guess help to do a double team move with Hernandez with a clothesline, but Hernandez ducks and gets a clothesline by Aries, but Christopher Daniels could clotheslines Bobby Roode by accident. Then Chavo Guerrero hits the frog splash for the win, and they retain the tag team championships. Um, I guess that was okay. Looked like to me though they said that Bobby Roode didn't want to do that, so I don't blame him. So I don't know where if they're gonna continue this, but and next week Roode won't go with them since they just cost him and Aries the tag team championships. But I think him and Aries are gonna split up soon because it's just the way it is. Um, Matt Morgan interview. He talks about what the solutions could be between Hulk Hogan's fight with Bully Ray, and he says that the and he says that he's gonna say the solution out in the ring. It shows Matt Morgan talking about Hogan's mistakes in a video package, all his mistakes. Um, we get Matt Morgan's solution. He talks about his mistakes like listening to Stin, losing Stan, naming Bully Ray the number one contender at Lockdown instead of Matt Morgan. So he says that he calls out Hulk Hogan to name the ultimate solution. Hulk Hogan comes out and he says that the solution is Matt Morgan. He said that he would help fight off Bully Ray because he has nobody left, no heroes left. All of them are gone. So and but Matt Morgan has to But if Matt Morgan helps him, Hulk Hogan has to give him a World Heavyweight Championship match at Slammiversary, which hopefully I will be there at because it is in Boston, Massachusetts. Then Hulk Hogan denies because some of this stuff in this company has been his fault, and he wants to do this himself and take the beating for this business. And he also says that Andre the Giant never whined and complained. So then that was kind of a waste of time, but I don't know. Mickey James and Velvet Sky are backstage heading to the match. We get a TNAshop.com ad. It shows Matt Morgan's solution. Aces and Eights are backstage part 2. They talk about how stupid Hulk Hogan is for not accepting Matt Morgan's challenge and that he is going to make Hulk Hogan another victim. And then he has Anderson say asshole. And then he asked the Aces and Eights not to be out there when he does this thing with Hulk Hogan. Um, then you can, and I guess it announces that you can choose who you want to be the third man in the X Division Championship match. Right now we have the champion Kenny King versus Petey Williams. The other guys you can choose are Rashad Cameron, Rockstar Spud, or Suicide. I'm gonna choose Suicide. I'm actually gonna vote because I don't know if this is rigged or not. Because WWE rigs theirs, but TNA maybe doesn't rig theirs. So I will vote Suicide because I actually am kind of a Suicide fan. I didn't watch TNA when he was around, but I did see some of his wrestling matches, and they were awesome. I like his look and I like everything about him. Then Velvet Sky is defending the Knockouts Championship against Mickey James. And during this, it shows the one night only Joker's Wild ad, which is when you can tag teams compete and you win $1 million. I guess if you win a tournament or something. I don't really know. I don't even think I'm gonna watch these to be honest with you because I don't really want to watch them. Because they're taped in January and LVDs. I guess Rob Van Dam's gonna be in it, but he's not even with the company right now. So what's the point? So it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't further storylines and nothing. That's why I don't really watch Saturday Morning Slam. I watch it once in a while, but I don't really like to watch it because it doesn't really go with what's going on. Like Bully Ray probably will be a face when he's a heel. Um, we're not gonna know Brooke Hogan and Bully Ray will be married. I can see Jeff Hardy still being the World Heavyweight Champion. Rob Van Dam still being the X Division champion, even though, well, I just kind of mentioned that. Chavo and Hernandez, well, actually, they're the tag team champions now, so I guess that can be covered. I think Taylor was at that time still the Knockouts champion, but I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna watch it. Um, but this, as for the match, it wasn't really anything special. Velvet Sky sells the injury, so I'm thinking the knee injury maybe was a work. I'm not exactly sure, but she just rolls up Mickey James for the win. No heel turn, no nothing. Oh, my friend Steve's texting me. Doing my doing my TNA review right now. Let's get back to work. So then, Aces and Eights are backstage, part 3. Bully Ray and Devon are talking, and they're talking about how they used to be a great tag team, and now he's the world champion, and Devon's the television champion. They have control over Aces and Eights and TNA. What a way to go. And that was kind of it. I actually thought that was a good point, though. I was like, and he's like, wow, we used to be a great tag team, and now we're not. Well, now we're just singles champions. That's actually a good point. Um, then Hulk Hogan and Brooke Hogan are backstage. Brooke Hogan's trying to talk Hulk Hogan out of doing this, but Hulk Hogan said that he wants to do this for the sake of the business. He loves this business and he wants to try, and he has to do this. He said, "Cool man," by the way. Sup with you. Let's see what Steve's doing. So then we get the Bully Ray and Hulk Hogan face off. Um, Hulk Hogan comes out. Bully Ray says that he feels him and he has no heroes left. That this is all his fault, and that that he doesn't scale him, and he has them all figured out, and he's in the Hogan blood. Hulk Hogan says that, and he says that he's gonna kill Hulkamania. Hulk Hogan says the Hulkamania will never die. He does you, then Bully Ray does you. Bully Ray goes to punch him, and Hulk Hogan hits him. He tears his shirt off. Aces and Eights surround the ring. They go to attack Hulk Hogan. Sting comes up, and then the lights go out, kind of like an Undertaker thing. I didn't think it was Undertaker though, because it's TNA. I knew it was gonna be Sting. Then the lights come on, and Sting has the baseball bat pointing at Hogan. Then he points it at Bully Ray. He hits some of the Aces and Eights members with it. I forget who he hit. Hulk Hogan and Sting lay out the Aces and Eights members. Then Sting and Hulk Hogan, you could still feel the tension between them, which is kind of sad that they're still doing this. But they still have the tension between them. Oh, by the way, Steve texted me again. I'll answer that. Nothing much. You? I just told you. And that's how TNA ended. So I don't really think it was the best show because some of the guys that I liked weren't there, and some of the matches weren't that great, and that whole Hulk Hogan stuff kind of a waste. It wasn't a waste of time, but that Matt Morgan stuff waste of time. I did like seeing that 3D though, so I'm gonna say it was a decent show. Wasn't bad. I wouldn't watch it again though. But yeah, that's pretty much it for TNA. I don't know where they're gonna go with this next. I can see next thing coming out next week and Hulk Hogan still continuing their feud, and then the Aces and Eights stuff. Steve texting me again. Oh, it means what's up in life. Uh, my Nana's 90th birth. I almost wrote bitch day. Day is Friday. Wee woo. Wee woo. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. See you later.